computer school wow teachers no wa abotre no betimi a kire wa eno an Islam technologies.
GhanaMats.com.
Fly Ethiopian Airlines, the new spirit of Africa, a Star Alliance.
Some pointers, we are the best.
ANS Trading Agency.
ANS Trading.
We are the best. KTA Phones.
Technology worth sharing. It's the future.
Rare Attica. Bomujane Construction.
Constructions Limited. My own design firm na engine hopa.
Tap Send.
Tap send. Charlie, me say menye ja ho. Me say tapo na send.
Right Claims.
Right Claims. As simple as that.
Rice Pudding.
Abenda the bibia wom.
GhanaMats.com.
Ghana Mats way. So I'm returning no person woman no have for provisions.
I join our Quaba, Mofanche, Brash, can't say, Yabashasi, and non sono, yen to me, and Shasi, Sabra, Mofanche, but anyway, no excuses. Chopa, any bepa. When Comoy and Comobia may post here say, Bedisa and Comoino, comments and interests are very huge. Now, I can understand why, because coronavirus and I say COVID-19 is Shasi, first interview in any year, the feedback was so great, especially with the fact that say or link it straight, say China for and warmer equity, sa and more way the warmer abba. Now, and which na making kind any other stories, which means say some American nationals be person moteki, de krata krako kota anasa, take China on. I see something trillion. Dollars, we can be or more Jimmy, so Bechama we are singing idea, but then I say, Omujidi say China for, and I'm warmer soldier for so called lab and the cocoa yes, some way as biological weapons. Answer me, na a year Farouk Al-Wahab, international diplomatic consultant, where the kind any edim como abos answer me now. Until we uncle for so sending me videos any. Kofi Anya the Al-Wahab can once a miana a big kind of way, no, I send it. Asam no kan no crew he video sa na nkofo sende ba sa the fact is so China as say nipa na nko munye yade ni bi no akofom ama other countries strangely America abedi first America huri abedi first cry intentem a wo hwe graph na speed America econo the numbers are very China cry say China better so number 3 other countries never be twa wo and so what is happening abra womo at the same time lockdown we ya yedika di hon komo ene Farouk Al-Wahab di komo kire se obeso je se yemfa ohye na kafi bi emfa emra yedi nkomo no ewie ye afi enra ye wo ho mampani e de sa lockdown and I say how we would describe it no nkomo emu na e beti ase eye but still people are confused as to say at the end of Mampani can't see any potin. Is it to say Obin Timimpie and I said to say, and what can in Aboma are we going to see anything new? The end best and then Oko markets are now boapes or traffic a walk room and so man for 20 and the papacy. Gary Olunka say a ton of 20 Ghana. Nipani be a soon say at the how near which and at the Abba. What is the way forward? The answer no Mampani can at the end one can ye. We enen koma yene opani Farouk Al-Wahab babedi ho enkomo ne yahwe. The origin he predicted it is to say na obia asom. What should Ghana do? Or say yenya ade bi. The Ghana aye no say ena ohunu no e de efa aja demokoba.
Jesu.
Mpomboko de.
Alhamdulillah.
Yada se pa fi say unya den but anytime you ba opono mu a oje yen so and senka oye prophet ebeka say onkomhye no said ye kan ya na ato enti eba ne sa pa no we dey say ebeje update the last time baby din komo but let's start from say the eba agitations ashase after your first interview and you stating say said the niema no etie no China and ade so bon bebo after that ashase eba before that na theories and eba ne say oh America ne China for ntokwantie bi America for na de akọhọ de akọye o mo se be ye de bekum but say what we are seeing is America for na nya no more kra but after no so no me hu say Putin after oka say wo munya bi na I think the next 2 days and over press conference almost on for national say nya bi nti I shut it down but def be ama so it's interesting. What do you make of all these dynamics? Did you see it?
Okay, Mami Chiaone, what you for? Yes, if you ask me, say, did I see it? I saw it coming long time.
No, where do you say about it?
I saw it coming long time. Yeah. Who followed the trend of world politics, diplomacy, and then you'll be able to obey to me at the so. Sorry, sir. Yeah, now when I go and interview, it's difficult for me to flow in through. But yeah, no more function. That is the way I'm used to. Okay. And what happens for the purpose of those who did not listen to your first interview, so that they have the understanding? Say, China, one country. Or superpower of the world. America is a superpower of the world. But interestingly, America were big, the mighty of America. Only colonies, call it countries. Obaka said the colonies in Onibi. Panama, Puerto Rico, Liberia, Kwamano full colonization. France, our colonies all over the world. Pacific South, Australian continent, our colonies were Africa, or colonizing more than 40%. Or colonize Europe, there, Obian colonize Obia. But Africa, some part of Asia, any part of Australia, and then the Caribbean. France for Guadeloupe, Munyanano, colonies. Then you come to our big brother English. English for Africa, or colonize more than 35%. The whole eastern part, the southern part. What do you say?
Okay.
And the next country, you have the France, the America, and the England as superpower. Russia, and then also China on board. Now, Russia, the colonies, Russia didn't colonize the Eastern blocks to that fullest, but it was seen as part of the Russian Federation in the olden days.
Okay. Like I said, Russia for now, phobia and conquest.
One Africa, one call Asia, one call Latin America, one call South America, one call Australian continent, one call the South Pacific, and the one called America, the North America.
Okay.
But Russia is superpower because at that time, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Ukraine, Chechnya, are you getting me? Were all part of the Russian Federation, the UDSSR. Then you talk about Yugoslavia that we call the Eastern Bloc. The Eastern Bloc started from Hungary, you leave Austria aside, over Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, are you getting me? Yeah. Czech Republic, then the whole Yugoslavia itself, which had a lot, Croatia, Slovenia, what did I say? Okay. Montenegro, Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, Kosovo, Tirana, all these countries were part of more or less Russian allies, and then Poland. But interestingly, we share Poland. During the First World War, Second World War, the country Poland was wiped out even from the European map. So there was no existence of Poland. But they fought back and brought and reinstated the country Poland. That makes the Polish, very tough-minded people. They were all Russian allies. Now, when the Security Council sits, the voting party in Libya are Nipa France to the Europe, United Kingdom, the English to the Europe, and then the United States. French and any Chinese. Any vote in Biano echo in the favor of the West. So the Chinese feel say, now we are the world. America Bibia or shop Bibia is from China. Undoubtedly England Bibia or Hubia from China. France Bibia or shop Bibia from China. Apart from Wakas. But look at some interesting scenario. The ISO, International Standard Organization, they don't even allow and give standardization to Chinese cars.
Okay.
To some extent. It is not recommended in France. It is not recommended in Germany. It is not recommended in other places. Oma would trade agreements, cars in BT trucks no more force the other African because of trade pact with some African countries. But Chinese are not recognized to some extent. But we feel this why big. Into there be only Russia and isolating no and omko together. What does it tell you? What it tells you is say, if you look at the Russian strength, yenya big brother America, eru Afghanistan mu starting Russia konye will be atete no homa Ukraine mu be a country on their own. Russia was left alone. And they feel say they have to wake up and consolidate the little that they have. And to also per ally there, this is China. Also per ally there, this is North Korea. Or per ally there, this is communist Cuba. And they all supported themselves. And interestingly, this issue of coronavirus and this issue of the problem prevailing of the world, it is three things. Politics, international politics, one. Economic politics, two. Social politics, which also on the top, the power, who leads the world. Our population in the United States, all these superpowers combined, or 1.4. Official 1.4 is Ubia in China who cry ID card. But Ubia or China only nationality card. But where Chinese are only data and so on. They are more than also 40% of the Chinese population. And so at the back, China is not 1.4 billion. They are over 1.8 billion populated country. Naturally, they are China all year. But when the Security Council sits down, when the United Nations sits down, and when it's a problem, not WHO, World Health Organization, that is the umbrella group. In my view, from what I do know, I blame squarely on this issue of what is existing on WHO. Why? Because Nipa no pompo abeye big. Wako space. Only China or Russia or Marco space. Wabeye big. Oye technology. Obeshi te saw them on a ofilise bibi on a. But if there is an outbreak of epidemic, if there's an outbreak of anything pandemic, and there's a call, say, you hear in Drew, Chinese companies are not giving access, contract by WHO. Russian companies are not giving access to produce for the WHO. Primarily, products are by Africa, Latin America, and other countries. Whereas the Europeans need their masters on their own, will be producing to some extent. But the bigger volume now are called Latin America, Central America, South Africa, Asia, and then the South Pacific mono. These three countries in the rotating. Share company which is a fitzer. Or volumes of products. Or no near the contract in a manner. No any solutions package. Now what the beer sorry to say, I mean let's say Tobinco. NS chemists. Other munye solutions na munye bi. Mu ya na dragon no huge money in alcohol. So Chinese realize no, for us to be very important. Yes, we shake up. Are you getting me? Like I told you, said the other time, no. China for 71 years of history after the Chinese War. China for 1954. China in terms of presidents, establishing a presidency, Ghana only 3 years. 1954, Ghana in 1957. Look at where they are. What are they not say? So, omu ye na jun say no. Every Chinese premier be our baby from Mao. They wanted to do something. And there is a country, funny enough, no, Sir Prime Minister Biba, now did some money and money benefited China. The name, any idea no and it goes into the archives and it goes to the history book of China. Read all over. Omubae, Mao was brutal. But Onono at that time was colonization time. And we fight a war. And warring a country. So you wouldn't expect Senenia Mabeko. There were excesses. But intelligently, or say, we will not have parties. You're one party, one chairman, and then one premier. So Chairman Mao only chose in lie. 26 years. And it comes to tell you, say, democracy that we speak, the length of time that somebody becomes a president, the length of time you put somebody there, it is not a bad thing. It's the excesses that become, but then their excesses, they use it in the good favor. But what I said. So that concept of the Chinese Mao, no, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, Oyebi, Mahathir of Malaysia, Oyebi, said, leave me to stay in power. The longer I stay in power, I'll steal you, but I give much back to the country. That gave the birth of the Asian economy. Or say, obey real. The longer no still obey real.
Yeah.
But do now so obesa dia.
And I'm making, oh, yeah, saying,
do you understand?
Odia obey me. But say, Obana Kakrebi, any Oba come deno, no, I did not new one, so
back to the subject of the UNWHO. China phone who said, we are not important. In TSA, world feel a presence. So, Oba Jimmy machine, we train, Oba Jimmy technology, we talk, now build show almost 3 levels of production, our American standard, European standard, and then the ordinary. So the AE and the O. The ordinary goes to the African, some Asia, and other parts of the world. Whereas American, European standard. Oba now they call either so cool name, and now said the holding company, no, or by incorporate to China, no, are product, no, they still made in Germany, no, they are just no, they are called. And it's there. Why can't we eat from the budget of the WHO? Honest kind of. Into 2002, Hu Jintao, when he went Jambao, and started this nonsense. In 2 years, exhibition of the SARS. Now, SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. #CoV-2. COVID was coronavirus 2. Way back. Corona is not today. It was exhibited, practiced, rehearsed in 2002. And when we entered 2003, no, that was Chenim, and ASRDN, Jen Chenim, and Hu Jintao, and Wenjambao, ever started 2003. And to share, there was a shake-up. China claims that only 8,000 people in SARS. The world will be a because the thing vanished. It was a rehearsal. What did I then say? And the better then from 2003, throughout the period of Hu Jintao and the Wejambao, experiment, try other forms of viruses. And these are viruses are humanly engineered, laboratory engineered. Either you call it biological. The first day I hear me to capture said this is a biological weapon in the form of a virus. Yeah. Because China castle kokon Russia intimini him to that extent. But only colonies over fat to say Ghana British for be farm perform before them call Bema Warner, Omko to no masusi and no. Now you can't get any country to do that. So they will rather use medical, they will use health. So 2009, Enombe release avian flu. And I've told you, say, any virus that has a code name with the year of the virus, it is engineered. Into avian flu 2009, look at the code they told so A#7HA#9. That was the avian flu. And the better tell. And no, running around the China. Now we must share the response of the world. Nobody took them serious. What were the causes? The causes of the SARS 2003-2002. China phone said, Rhinophilus animal bat be a umgu dream. and they pangolin birds be creatures, call them animals. Omswo forest. Omna this are yari neighbor. But interestingly, China was what is called wet market, seafood wet market. The seafood wet market, you know, China ton abua wa wudwamfunu and not ton life one. Abua na wa wonu kra no ne bo odinche life one. Do you understand me? Because life one will be kuno. The wa wuda ho no kuno. These were the wet market China for edidi. Some one a omo kano. Begin se be a monkeys, a BSA yate, but the World WHO, where I will go today, had on them. Didn't ask the Chinese. Says a forest, no, and as someone womb, and produce virus. How big is the Hubei and that forest? Or Guangdong. And notably now, no, or your friends, Wuhan, Hubei province. And then a China form coho. And one, how can an animal be important by human being? So interestingly, go and kill them. Go and burn the forest. Burn that animals or burn them down. China didn't do that because that was a lie. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So avian flu no buy no. Omo try. That was still Hunjuntao and then on a partner with Jampao. And omo di man in 2013. The time beson ye. The time beson ye no. And we buy. Because China give 5 years to win case biya nani amwa kosek because they are selected, they are not voted on by the Chinese Communist Party. So when the Chinese selects her, they look at somebody who comes with a different policy about benefiting China. Either good or bad policy, long as China by benefiting, that is what it goes into the Chinese archives. And the Xi Jinping, Obaya, share Obaya 2013. And also started so yes stimulation. I cannot 2 years for him to go. But 2 years for him to go, no. Look at the time when the SARS coronavirus 2 in 2002 by September 2002 and stimulating in 2003 and ye shake up no jaye. Avian flu and by when in 2013 no, there were other viruses. Some kind of influenza viruses will be also by China and they share the response of the world. It would be anywhere World Health Organization and the Western Europe and the world a year hard on China say there can be this thing one day be affected. At the end of the day, the Chinese got angry because they now realize whilst these things were going on, the China is aware. So Ebola is the same thing created by Europeans. They same know say HIV was created by Europeans. They also know say tuberculosis were created by the Americans. They also very well know say dengue, Zika, chikungunya was also created by Europeans. Tested in Tanzania, tested in Congo, HIV twice. Tested Ebola in Congo twice. Now these are the mania abrofunu dia Jessica. Pharmaceutical laboratory companies dia Jessica. Because outbreak in bar, it was the cause of Africa. And you know Marco Jiska. And the China who say no, Mr. Suyabede, you be this can be. Do you think say they are stopping so beton chaliwati? No. Do you think they are stopping so on bear sheet? No. Also so per capita money. Because the industrial revolution that existed in the days was America, German, China, Japan, and I know more. Who is powerful more than what? 1976, 1970, 1980. Yes, money in every year. American says I'm always the number one. Germany, Japan, who is the macho? German say here we are. In 2 years, can you? We are. They sit down and now go back now ordering social security, education, transport, pregnant women, this and that. Now my social politics. When yes can go home. But China has reached the stage or what the individual billionaires of the world more than the United States, more than Europe, everywhere. The only billionaires, only a multi-billionaires. And to what is happening, say, some person who say, no, we are also part of the world. So we let the world feel us. Not only the world to remember, say, China or Pam t-shirts at the Common America tone. China or Pam bed sheets at the Bar Africa, or ye Chelowati, or ye Chamber Port. enye no no ope enye toys no a wodi nam UK and US tube ni subway mu no enye no no ope so ye. Now they want the world to also feel important. So, we're reaching the peak. And the China percent the peak now we're reaching. What say? Now no any corner citizen home because when Chairman Mao didn't give them political freedom or more industrial freedom, or say when the time comes, the West, those who claim to have the political freedom, they will come after you and they will need your assistance. You will not tell them to look after them. That is what the China is doing now. And to also persuade to say Japan or fighting. Only Germany, America fighting technology, Japan was settle. Unisika, on Fahubi. Also, person settle. They can settle by ways also to where or beji WHO ska or beji other monies. No one sweaty, no one said they shouldn't call for. So Chinese now want to introduce social system into the SA or better pregnant woman, aged population, pension. This is where they want to do education. I don't know China person. How do they do that? Also suppress the ordinary production or goods, materials and pursue giant now occur into capital politics with GS towards say or pese ninko force who to and China person. How do we do that? And the world. NTS. Then almost started this corona. Coffee September na China first started say mwana sa baby. November no more come one sem. But look at some stupid interesting scenario, which later I will grant him interview. Later surprising as if some people were reading my mind or some people. Share their China for a year. Time as I am away no. Then the Chinese are now saying said no. Sa virus where they should also name it corona. Coronavirus disease, not the coronavirus. But it's still the corona was repeated. Into coronavirus disease, 60% of the properties are a war SARS in 60 to 70% of that virus is now never SARS in 2002. Now we are saying for 1 year. Omanya 70% womb. And the 70%, 30% now become one. Fufro be nearby, and I say the same SARS, and as I erupted like a volcanic. No. So Chinese sat down. They went underground, the Chinese Communist Party went underground and took a decision through their military or through Kominini and established that we will do this and invent. Coffee. For the past 5 years, Obia Oti Europe, Obia Oti American continent, Obia Oti Babia would testify to the fact that Chinese in Ibia Oba Europe was a nose mask. Were they trying to tell the world that Europe was environmentally polluted more than China? And you see smoke the air of China 24 hours, 364 days. No. People didn't know. These were the agents. All Chinese in Ibia or Europe airport and look at how they travel. The government sponsored them to travel. All over the world. All Chinese in Ibia, United States airport, flight to base in New York, flight of 500 passengers a fleet. Embassy from Obia a nose guard. Is China cleaner than America? Nobody asked them. Nobody took them serious. You meet them. Airport, Amsterdam. No, what's happening to the Chinese? Do you understand? Because now they know what they were doing. And they only intensify in the last year. The Chinese tourists in Europe, elsewhere, in Africa, Australian continent, you know how far I travel. You meet them everywhere, full flight. So these people were anti-vaccinated against the viruses and they sent them. Go to the world and propagate the word of God in a form of virus.
Propagate coronavirus.
Virus. Until 2019 and January 2020, China forced a outbreak. Because before the Chinese outbreak, China for lower devalue the currency, and the money came to naught. And to be aware of China, do company about you are useless. And all the outbreak in by European young person will be and of companies, my Chinese government, and of fire. Or seeming to me, the only country of the world that went to the aid from the Western world is Germany, and China. A wealth of nose mask and other medical supplies. 162,000 euros. Because 162,000 euros. France and co, America and co, Britain and co, Belgium and co, Spain and co, Italy one co. Are you getting me? Middle Europe, Southern Europe, Australian continent, New Zealand, nobody will be anti-comes. Japan didn't go, South Korea didn't go. They left China. At that time, Putin was the only person speaking, encouraging the Chinese, sending his medical experts to go and assist with the China. It was all Kofi gimmick.
No, or
share the allies. So Chinese at that time knew, say, Oma send the invaders already to Europe, already to United States to bug them with the disease, with the viruses. Kofi, almost bugging nations in a big time. They bugged Spain. They bugged Italians. The powerful European, Middle South European countries, plus the UK, they bugged them without taking notice. And to they needed to create a scene, say, on be. Now, Kofi, Obia, like I said the other time, share hospitals, makeshift hospitals in China for a year in between that time. Yeah. That over the period, Obia free ho. What free ho saying? Recovery in a way. The Europe, what they are facing now, United States, what they are facing now, they are all doing management. Stabilizing, but not curing. German medicine cannot cure. German medicine cannot cure. It can only stabilize. Stabilization in medical sense in this regard means that they are stabilizing the person from dying, but they haven't been able to cure what the person is having. So the they are kept in between. That is those who are lucky now almost surviving. They are surviving. The cure is not there. But China is there. What cure? Chinese, one for hand gloves and the cure. One for that useless sanitizers theory, no, and no the cure. And your nose mask, and no the cure. That's 3 weeks ago, a month ago, China said, Mumba nose mask. And then they buy the same China. Now no produce with nose mask for the whole world and sanitizers. And then testers. She testers, you know, energy, synergies, inventions. Any Chinese technology call testing kits anymore. Or any bribbing. But Kofi, here is the case. A contest between power and the money and politics. Which of the European countries can stand before German bit China say, who did they cure on call for farmer ministry? No. So it has gotten to the stage. Italians, hey, they can't cure. You are using ventilators. How many ventilators now? Yeah.
Pictures be maybe Google abonting.
How many ventilators now? Yeah. In terms of nose mask, I'm not a medical professional, but if you go to any hospital, it will be the smallest quantity of medical supplies over there because it's used at the ward, surgical wards, and in some few places. In almost supply in the country, you know, we're taking unaware. Until the little stock now no more, so medical professionals, they don't have what they say. Chinese no measure. Do you get it? Yeah. First time in the history of mankind, our virus will be about trying the country, the continent, 56 countries of Africa. So if this virus had started in a country anywhere in Africa, the Europeans will call it pandemic. And quarantine is. Enti obiti say Tedros Adhanom, WHO President, Director General. Ya no me mobile. The poor man Ethiopian. Share the WHO solutions on the abeto ho. Say exercise 30 minutes a day minimum. Talk to your neighbor. So if I talk to my neighbor, no coronavirus. The vegetables, we've been eating vegetables all our life. Take a walk. I'm quarantined. How do I walk? Do aerobics. Do all this kind of training. This is what WHO is telling the world. Share solutions on the abeto. Drink more water. Yes, we are drinking water. We are not healed. We are not being protected. Drink more tea. Yes, Yanum tea. And so corona no, it is still coming. When Timama one single solution as a communique for the world said, this is what WHO. Kofi definition saying no de buy. Beginning or say a epidemic. Yeah. Within a short time, 1 week, or say pandemic, because I can't Europeans, I can't Americans, I can't all over top class countries, Canada with all their medical expertise, ultimately cure even the Prime Minister's wife. Monaco, France.
You get the cry there, Boris.
Yes.
No, but serious. When top people, Sir Prince Charles, Boris,
because they've had big time meetings, international summits, etc. The Chinese had sent their delegates. They were all there, anti-vaccine. Kofi, let one person go. It is the multiplying factor. That is what we're feeling now. So woman you when you know and a China fire then. Say okay, here we are. Yajemo stocks, Yajemo companies. Now scano European companies in Abeduha. Take this home. Kofi. The interesting thing, any the difficult aspect of it is the fact that the whole world economically is shut down. So the airline industry was shut down. Post-corona, which eventually, inshallah, there will be a time, sir, ebeko. Post-corona, how do even the world, how do we even wake up? Send airlines in best started passengers across. A rebirth of life. School best started because all their a curriculum, be education, bagged. Kofi, the sadness aspect of it is mental torture. They cannot coordinate and condition themselves. Sitting down in a room and clips. Europe crowd the area ho. American area ho. Western world area ho. Sa crowd them wall to wall, 2-bedroom house, 1-bedroom apartment. No to 1 month according to. They go. They are mentally tortured. They are going through and they're going to go through more. In Arabia, Yakipono, or a room for 6 months, the child comes back as a mad person. That is what China did. Because WHO have marginalized China for long. They've marginalized Russia for long. And the interesting thing is the true allies of China, Yanti Womunka, North Korea, Onyebi. Cuba, for 2 years in and Russia for a fleet watch Cuba. So at the height of this difficulty, Cuba for and sorry, or Jamaica, or Nicaragua, which is also communist ally. Cuba for Italy, China Italy, Russia Italy. These are the communist ally. So dominance force of the communist regime is what is coming. WHO to her. Now tell us the laboratories, the scientists at Europe war, UK war, American war, Australia, New Zealand combined, Canada, North American true giants, war. Now coordinate here because this virus assemble to Ghana Togo ntimi ma. Because within the European setting, 43 countries or 54, within the Europe and the Russian side, Belgium has closed its border to Germany. Germany cannot go to France. France can't go to Germany. France has locked with Switzerland. Switzerland has locked with Austria. Austria has locked with Liechtenstein and locked with Swiss. Swiss has locked with Italy. Italy has locked against the southern neighbors. In Spain, Czech Republic in the Eastern Bloc, only Austria are local. Slovakia are local with Austria. Hungary, Austria, they've locked. Romania has locked against Bulgaria. Bulgaria has locked against Turkey. Enti obia ntimi nkobwa ni yonko. Come back the same thing in the Latin America. Argentine in South, ontimi nkobwa. Ecuador, El Salvador, San Salvador, they cannot, Peru, they cannot help them. The South, Brazilian cannot also do with the South American allies. Obia blocko. So nobody is going to help. When there's an issue, why never Africa? Because of the lockdown now, abeya issues so no. Obia ba benya what is called a diplomatic uproar. When I did local me first, and I'm so me local, that is an issue to deal with the world now. Who is your true ally? Within the three Benelux, Luxembourg, Belgium and Holland, Omukrano, Omabe enemies, Obi and Timin Koni Yonko. So who is to help who? Yes. You have the issue on your hand, deal with it. Kwabi da ben Europeans be deal wi. Obenye drew. Germany on cure on the 85 million populated country now. Oh Magana. America, oh Magana. And the UK, oh Magana, because UK, they say no matter 10 airports square into quarantine centers. Or did they never Nigeria? Or did they never Togo? Or did they never other countries? So what is going to happen is that the same Chinese will come to the rescue and become important people of the world. Supremacy. Neo-colonization. Because they say, no, say Nepal, Kofi Adoma, China ni besu kutuka international airport with fleet of doctors. Ghana ni biya se ohunu nyankopon. That is where the Chinese were telling the world. Now I'll cure you. But the Oba agreement in na kufado wa hin. Okay. I say Ghana when your case is a double. Mede yini baba. Nana san hamame. Oba kaiser Kofi interesting in China and Russia for African countries. June 2019 and a China Fair African Sino or African China Summit and African country will be by omom DD a mom package or no be signed individual different agreements. And some of those agreements, protocols, you will see it's a declaration that they did, communicate, agreements that they signed was economic, bilateral, diplomacy, resolutions, what you say, security, and then Kofi, outbreak of diseases, prevention and cure. What signing in June? Omo 3 months. China and Russia, Oma man and Adoma now. And one friend and our him fan. Franco for Munina Mumra. Namusamra Russia. October 24th. And South Africans in Asakugu. The same concept of agreement, the same protocol of agreement that took place in China. The same thing in Russia also know here. It was a rehearsal. And the African there, a serious case in yet. It's up to the political will, the understanding of the concept of the politics. Say no, it has gotten to the time. Say, my helpless Germany or my ally or my your country Ghana, your permanent developing partners, Canada or help your education. Germany technology, Japan technology, America military, and then Holland immigration issues, police, etc. Are you getting me? You 6 permanent members now. My boy country will help you balance your budget. The UK, the Holland, the Canada, the Japan, and then the United States, and then I think one other more country. Only a permanent developing partners. Obia and Timmy Mameboa because no issue. So now the Chinese will go from country to country in Africa. Okay, Zambia, where are you? President Pachobra. You remember you want me to help? Yes, I can help. Kofa or copper. Nefa or emerald, mineral no fabra be sign Chinese company beba, me doctors beba memo draw, mama be memory or be sign because you don't want to kill your population. Nana, moha say mo you good, more bauxite already in your pedada. Gold unsusu ye ni je ho. Ye pa cocoa no, ye pa we. Sama me say won ton cocoa ma Switzerland. Na me nkoton or Swiss. Meton direct to China. Nana be signing. Togo wa himfa for Apple, Onyama Kitin Fabra, Sierra Leone for Diamond Bra, Liberia for Diamond Bra. Every African country, Kofi, they will submit to China with an agreement. And that is what the Chinese need pay. Or beko Latin America, or beko other part of the world, including also even Europe. Because Italians are the begging needs. Our procure. China call Italy's catcher and said, now sign a pact. Trade blocks, I want me no meal, not the European Union. Jini na fima Italy for be na Nigeria. Wanyao. What you say? Okacha Belgium say look, o population here say me man who buy any Wuhan doctors na omo say enko for na yare. Omo ba abestem, omo ba be control, no ma be cure mo. Sign u trade block a woni me wo say me chele wati makru man. Yi film nam so me no nya yi. Obe sign. Into China, we're breaking down all the frontiers with technological mind, which is called engineering thinking. Engineering thinking is safety thinking. Standard and safety thinking, that is engineering thinking. Through political ideology, philosophy, and we're putting in place, and what the Europeans, they were sleeping. So let the WHO and cancer me now and say all the laboratories around the world don't di African sika, Ebola sika, HIV sika, ome di ni nyina no. Ehimfa, what are they now coming to do? Country be na betra ho. They haven't been able to coordinate the scientists now and the laboratory engineers who be put up together. Germany flight or they call UK. UK ni flight or they call America. How do they meet? Because what is the complexity? No? How do you put these scientists? Because trust me, so all these great scientists, any doctors at NASI, etc., they would have gotten a solution. But why you to the extent that we're blasting even with traveling access with top restrictions? Say sit down, my babies, one trust, and the China and the stocks, a shoe too. Country away 3 months or so will be a mebuano, ni growth rate a costro, a co. Nenyaje wa yusumu entinka set solutions in this car modi di our African countries WHO for budget other western countries mo mo bi di ena mo so ye nro ni bi Russia for so ye nro ni bia coffee health. Now that you and I have noticed it is not about aircraft in the air, it is about who is flying the machine. It is not about the car I will be a manufacturer, it is the person who sits in the car. And so produce who manufacture, design a Mercedes Benz. You don't have a person to go and buy and sit in. Zaduma, but you chocolate in a way.
Have me yama and chocolate.
Look, one yard you.
Me de buy
one. But Uncle Fua, ma'am, notice, short notice, me down and comfort say, why a blast, why a advert. You wouldn't say me a chocolate maniac. Mama chocolate to do about. Oh, it's a star bite in the arm into me. But your mensabe can because
Seva check it, kind of mama chocolate, you know, and also cry boost
because Obi Kwen Uber and no mama chocolate in quite a cure.
No, sir, cocoa, a lot of
coffee. I bet me because when in BB last time I told you the last interview that I had.
Yeah,
the catcher said it is time even for Africa to make money on this.
And can they shut down
and chocolate? Yeah. Europeans you pay chocolate did Switzerland was ton chocolate abra won cocoa tree that Switzerland airport chocolate obi any be Switzerland towns and this mama chocolate golden tree and amusuma package and my friends and nana kokoko but German who were aduane ho ya yede nkofo no hia booster chocolate Ghana chocolate in the guai and toy yam famra nkofo no beto. Yeah, what I say make I say nka government can sponsor individual businessmen no mfa konkonte enfan come here Ghanaian national so mbedi gari ombedi barrier beko still akofi enya affect too much still I wonuane. Yeah, say take 6 months about there be say nyini provide say travel restrictions the Bema farmers na ko bush because ni be so be stop nso okwafu because quarantine you do all.
Yeah,
what are they now?
But let me look at this interesting development and Donald Trump treaty say on China president Edin Komo say baby edru no ohiamwa ama China president ne Edin Komo look very good and you know one beba. What does it mean?
What it means in say Donald Trump put a lot of trade blocks on China. Me new way, mama say, and macho. Yes, what you say. You forgotten say sneakers is the best and the most efficient and jeans the most high selling commodity in the United States of America. We are Nina free China. Oh, by also Chinese there. Why do we China be about America? Now we also want to send. Go send there all price in American intimito. A China intimito. Or the bar ultimito. What was the necessity? China is breaking down the frontiers of the world. Everybody will trade block beyond the better war. Now we should also call the bluff. Say me pacho me gold. Me so men ton ma. Also open up. Now me fa me guy from my market. Say see who say obi atimi do obi aduane how the best survival. Now Donald Trump he has to go down. Inti say we normal agreement now sign na. And say na China for actual say we enya okoro queen na wo kan no. Name paracetamol plus vinegar and then they cure. Because China for now then why the solutions we? Why solutions or your stimulation and or your prevention exercise and then who yen and or your solutions. Why cure no call for no? Obi ani bi. Kofi China case when one case na oboa because the numbers that you see I make sure say A communist for and a control the news or person go out only na shisha in the hospital makeshift hospital and also men call for hand womuda. All these things nobody can verify and authenticate.
Okay, what's sanitizer? Okay, Nepacho, I mean sanitizer and sana.
Coffee, I mean spray.
Right, I go for that. I'm grania.
Coffee, I mean spray. My some patch from chocolate and baby.
I mean, but Lysol, very good, eh?
Lysol.
Because already I no cry, no check here, home. Never. What check here, home? What dress? You can home. Corona cry home.
Another than human coronavirus. Compacho, oh, man,
oh, I made name now.
We are sure. Oh, wait.
Full package.
They are not order. You are not. Or you're going to boy. Okay. Patch public, mom, function.
And
now sanitizing the dynamic experience.
Oh, see, I dare see. Oh, when Sunday here say, I think we are getting paranoid though.
Kofi,
to say, I'm like
Miss Aduma, Mammy can't show. It's all for
see, I'm sanitizing me. Say, maybe I'm a customer.
It's all for come, I'm sorry. Mama didn't team no share. Obetim that example, but I'm not sharing with you. Oh, it is all full of nonsense. Sanitizer is not the cure.
It's a
nose mask is not the cure. Kofi mako chrome. Nebutumi hwano. Na me de je fans. You see a man for their dress code. O she suit white a man no they are blended. Slay queens one woman you know. What they say. Or here the red kakra no the white no. Unfortunately for them nose masks no many different colors.
Yeah.
Show you soon the base ya half na nko there. Intentiment blend o monta de ni o she green cry na. What Kofi you know what? A sickling situation.
So now, because of this, still I don't remember.
Next time go back to
and she say you mono no sanitizer and Hawaii.
Mas a bit my share, but need I'm sorry. That man is also pay.
Hey, Coco, dear,
and the coffee chocolate to mom to be my Americans. Conclusion be dear young holding papa.
For my job, Fantawa.
Actually, they're sorry to say a chocolate because
there's a commercial break.
Chocolate break.
Chocolate break. And they say because of this, are we saying, sir? Remember China, America best soften. I might say more the emergency no more.
Soften. The whole issue now is Trump, Boris Johnson of United Kingdom, Macron, Macron of France, Putin, Xi Jinping. If these 5 people pass India, almost 6 in Transia. There's no corona in the world. I can tell you. Those crews have to meet. Now, Oman Transi. And John meet here. How are they going to meet? China, Omkonyano, Ombakasa, Ubiakasa, Onechi. Now, Oman cooled down with the political arrogance, diplomatic arrogance.
Meeting.
There be say under the corona, you know.
Okay.
Omen face to face in the informal train, Konyan say, now says cruise no, Obiansha side no Moncasa.
Oh, yes,
Chinese will show them and give them the cure. But because and due to political and then diplomatic arrogance, they don't want to do it. If Trump does that, he actually the turn of events of the world. Now innocent people could feel your own toy.
Maybe move about Ghana. Or man for I hear a person who Ghana dynamics, no. What exactly it means. Then omampani
okay.
But Abrante be me Mrs. Okay 2000 when the Abrante be kwa Alaska. Or something me Mrs. Okay na. Or see or show your friend Don Richie. Or see your child pa. Or see could please ask Al-Wahab if he remember the guy he sent to Alaska in 2000.
There was a U.S. Anchorage. That's the oil firm that did an indemnity for Ghanaian workers in Alaska at that time to go to the workshop.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I checked 2000. It's a fact.
Okay.
It was in connection with the Ghana Police Service, some exercise B.
Okay. Okay. Now
I remember. I think yes, there's some partners from American ASR recruitment exercises, and I was involved. Look,
Ghana are locked down.
Ghana has no lockdown.
We have locked down.
No.
Yeah,
panic. Good. We have to. But then no, is more relaxed. I call it more partial. I call it traveling, or as the president used it, movement restrictions. And yet total movement abolishment. We've not been abolished. We've not been locked. We've been given free will, free access. But what Nana seeks to do no, was to tell you, say, use your also common sense.
Oh, okay. Nana preach common sense.
Say, use your common sense and your wisdom. Because President in fact, I know I may share with Nana Nehemiah. Say, he can't do much. But the public and the population look at you because you are the president. You could tell us, Kofi, Nana's hands were tied. Why? Because countries in Europe was locked down, complete lockdown. No supermarket exemptions, big shops, designated shops that are allowed to open. Public street, public whatever, everybody. Yeah, public gathering, church, mosque, which was some of my proposal.
Yeah.
But Nana to a year mono, you go back to tiptoe. A year nipa ejina ho congregation omoton niam. Omo ye more than nipa 30 a year.
Asemo.
One to market mu, but to see ye funeral. One to the trotro station circle. One to, but we say may come mosque. How many people are in the mosque at one time, as compared to nipa ejina trotro station at a particular time?
And then me bank be nipa egu ho pa, and I was like.
So therefore, the lockdown is not. But I can understand Nana. I can understand his frustration. I can understand his depression as a leader being confronted with this situation. The reality of the matter is that, Mr. Adoma, Nana locked down Accra or locked down Kumasi. Yes. Also locked down the regions from entering. We should have done long time. But it's still better than never. Accra where restriction exemptions be an number. Or say, food vendors can go ahead and sell food.
Yeah.
Na koma ani nipa. Wache sell bi o joint a kufu pe wache. Police ni hia ma akọ hen me koto kunkunte. Wo hia ma akọ hen me koto banku. Mi se banku se yebenya me. Me wa koto. Ntu hia ma me banku ni me ayi esimu. Me ndidi obet me de kofi. Obeti ma che me. Pharmacies are opened. Coordinated pharmacies are Ghana government, Kwani be coordinated bibi individual pharmacies. Also pharmaceutical workers, health workers, especially pharmacies, they are allowed to go to work. You need one single card beer, knowing all these things, your prescribing man say Greater Accra, Pharmaceutical Council, more pharmacies say 3,000 pharmacies. Omu working staff, no 3 or 4. They need their sumber 5 or 6. Yentima anye ID cards ama wo mu. Eni kofi hia msesi akofi aduma wo kwan me ye adwuma wo Quantana pharmacy. What do you say? Me ko. What do you say?
Yeah.
Oma certain hotels, any other places, aduane, bar, oton beverage. One can say alcoholic beverage. Me ko akonum Coca-Cola, e come di me manya sore throat and answer my thirsty. Mitimi ko enti meme ba kofi ba wonkra yi ba womnya na nipa 50 akwa kushia watch sell away ba na nipa kusi the most disturbing fact of it is say Greater Accra, especially town and country planning, AMA, and then the local government. Mama Kofu see houses, not Kaneshi area. From marketing kobubu ashini ade obi akọ public toilet. I'm sorry. Obi akọ bathroom publicly. Kobukom everywhere. Greater part of Accra. Obi akọ jwari abonti. Obi akọ eko shiti. I'm sorry for my grammar. Public, forgive me, but that is a reality. Ushia obi ewo Kumasi o kwa hin. I'm sorry once again. Me kone. Yes, I'm going to shit. Who better must stop? Police, can you stop somebody from going to shit?
You need to prove. I don't know.
We need to prove. I didn't toilet row back now. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Me fa a draw box and I'm make Adam Kelma. We share me confirm as him got a draw. How do you stop the person? Because your system does not provide the avenue to see the people in the house. The person lives in container, only washroom or container anymore. The person lives in a house, a passenger house of 20 people, 40 people, 200 people. Omina could join it. Ya could not Kanishi market nature, public ABO, but no marshal lie, as and lie. Beautiful guests. Govi, washing his socks. Okodila and swa, yati tiru amano. So becha wa hoa, ni amani tiru kesiem, you know, 3 cities, ubejaya can 3 cities. What did they mention? Kofi, okwa kodjaya bit makachen, and then a cheso kujame saponi. This my sponge, this my soap, this my towel. Police bit my enforce. Wouldn't me enforce, Nanasi and Timu kujare, or kwakwa kujare. At the end of the day, no mina kwakushia, the public latrine. Look at what is going to happen. Because it depends if you're out of boredom, or pursue Pio Kosha Buntin, and Tiaso could delay so kwakoshite. A horn album who the hospital, the toilet attendants, no, Obi Kosha, Ofa no chachon. Teshi Kemukaba. So I know Bimra. Nina Besi Oha. Because they don't have toilets in their house. How can an adult lock those places up? How can you lock the people down? Nipa de kios mu do so che omom dadem. Omom dadem so ni toilet. Kofi, we should look life beyond the affluent and the middle class. Unfortunately, the economy, no Nana, no Obia, all the previous presidents, unfortunately, up to the head of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, from the Ghana's independence of 1957, the 13 presidents up to Nana, head of states and presidents, you know, these are all they have contributed to this problem. So one man comes to carry. So Nana could not give. The man is helpless. Understand him. Papa is helpless. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, yes, he did his best. After him, Kotoka, Frifa, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, ne papa, Kutu Champon, the FWK Akufo. I getting me? Jerry Rawlings, part 1, Liman, part 2, Rawlings, part 3, 9. I getting me? President Kufuor, 10th president. I getting me? Professor Mills, 11th. 12th. John Mama, 13th. Nana Dankwa. What did they do? To deal with the issue of planning the city, town and country planning, town and country planning. You're my directors, I'm sorry, but the reality is that Obia or Land Cruiser. But then the law, they cannot, and they themselves, they don't have the tool. But we have the tool of money to let people do politics. In the country, Kofi, this thing has opened, and it should open our mind to see, say, what were hospitals? What were teaching hospitals? 2 bigger ones in the country. Our producing doctors for even Nigeria. We're producing nurses all over. Thankfully, your system, yeah, nursing colleges all over the world, all over the country. Yeah, what? We have only 2 case centers as we speak. Nogochi and Kumasi. Omunkwa testing. Proving. Prospecting. Sampling. Of 38 million populated country. Kofi result in here saying. Whereas country bimo a result of positive cases, presumptive positive cases, laboratory confirmed cases, a bit they turn around within a day, within a matter of 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, they've been tested. We cannot separate them from other. Yeah, then 4 days, Nubiche Nehans are a fool. Kumasi Nehans are a fool. Interestingly, my advice, which is not too late, if the government would take, locking down, yes, we agree. There are a lot of lotto kiosks all over. There are a lot of containers empty. Hairdressers use it as the community center. Never nurses too. For one medical professional, never reporting center of the neighborhood. Kofi, one hotlines, For the whole day, nobody's calling you. Into be bad the fear no sneezy. Now or ye day or kafo now or shitty now or ye all these things now. Whom are they to call for them to come? And now I would have suggested, I would have thought, say, Nana going to do that partial restrictions of travel or movement, etc. in the neighborhood. They would have rather, I don't say it will be too late to build kiosks. But go and rent somebody's kiosk, a hairdresser, that come a hairdresser, the kiosk will make more than 50 Ghana cedis a month. Command 30 Ghana, 300 Ghana. Namonji, Namonfa nursing professionals, any point of call. Naman radio mkra. For police back who can home, Naman radio. So that if there is anything, they cannot radio the centers and people will swiftly go in and pick that person out. We didn't do this. We rather started killing mosquitoes and killing flies on the market. We're killing rats. We're killing mouse. Our market. What was the exercise of the fumigation for? Why not the corona market and no? Was that corona? That money could have been used to build up locations, kiosks. Me say, my building location. Obi ocha loto kiosk, loto. Mani kwa tine fee. Namonji enye post centers. Dansuma neighborhood, East Legon neighborhood. Look at the catchment areas. Baby a hospital. Where the centers bear five.
Where are the nurses? I don't know. Because even they say they are also at risk.
Kofi, because the materials are not there. I'm saying, let me correct this impression. Say, many say, doctors, we say, home attacking me, some consultant. Yes.
Yeah.
Specifically, what I said was not to say. I said, when it comes to the worst case scenario, of course, consultants. But medically, it's a nurse who comes first before the consultant. Consultant is in the room. The risk person is the nurse who stands in front. So we should have. Without due respect to consultants in this country, I've never insulted anybody, but the reality is that the nurses and then the front line, if we talk about the front line, the first people exposed to that heat are the nurses. Papa there already know the amano. What do you say?
Yeah.
And the nurse never called them consultants here do be about so okofono. Also fanuko he is safe to some extent. But they are also exposed to big risk. The medical professionals. Kofi, one thing we should not lose sight. Ghana should be able to tell us, and I'm saying this, and I'm pleading on behalf, some and all of us, the voiceless, say, the issue at stake, the issue on hand, we should allow Ghana Medical Association, the professionals called the doctors, to speak to the subject and tell the Ghanaians the way forward how, as other countries are doing.
Maybe since here you so you didn't come on about the list areas are Sabri Yakase Mubia MP. What it means? Because what kind in Nana yes as a generally no the exemptions and those we are still going to see people in town. Yes, panic now, but and China people are buying and hoarding and going to stay indoors. But don't check the exemptions now. Wait me pay. Actually, wait me pay. No. You na obi to me pay. Virtually. Now we don't know how that will be. Was he he's saying the truth? The frontliners are the nurses. Then the lab technician, if one can play major role. What testing no emu. Cause see blue and what try no buy. Was even the mobile clinic vans that was brought with the nation's money aligned waste. We free Annette Latiho. Was say Nanado will give another update and implement what he said. I think Nana listens. Oliver Yeboah. Was it for this type of people we need, like presidents in Ghana? Okay, Isaac Suglu and what Nobai. Was it Ghana needs medical first responders? Okay, Ama Enim and Alhaji Sedu Terry say wisdom power and Ekase Numri. Was it you are not making any impact? Kwame Ajay, Minim Kwame, what exactly you referring to? Was it why he doesn't contact the president for all this advice? Well said, sir, but what are your contributions to the state? Stella Amma Aidan. Was it quite a lot of checking in, but we need to contribute at, okay, as a matter of patriotism, okay. we free Prince Edusei ho wo say senimde kasa mo me nyina yenye din yentie we free eye Kwesi Topin Mark and Ochro and Obai messages no do so man kan de afa cheme ho na afi makin kan kakra de afam was I think the president is playing with us. No money, no food. Why? Francis Mensah. And then there's some no because na me dwen ho say e wo nipa ni bi wo ho a hand to mouth. Hand to mouth. Enye sa akwade de ni bi ono abo na bra na wi ade aka ne hand to mouth no. We de ne de afi na obo bra no but e bi na ho. Nti hand to mouth. You can say and lock it down adwumayefo bi say won akatua mai. Enye adwumayefo nko a businesses ankasa nso akofom. Enti businesses kra no private businesses a eso mutu adwumayefo ka no. That has also no and also nkoye. Enti no there is a system here ya asemo.
Kovi, let's go back to the list. President Ma a long list.
Yeah.
We are Minister of Information at the media become.
Yeah.
Media houses in this point period, at this point of time, in time of crisis, Kofi Aman for news, but not to that extent. Media houses can run. Kofi, World Health Organization say yentianyum. Go and listen, go and read what they sent to the world. And in some no political shoes. Media houses should also stay in the house. Leave a stream of about 5 people to run the media, the station. It is not time. They buy a product be advert to that extent. Yes, we understand. That is why a country should target, say, obey stimulus plan. Now their boy media houses also contribute to the national development of the country. Media timko out. Watch seller timko out. AY bread timko ton. Obi oton bread timko. Obi oton nsuo timko out. Watch red timko out. Obi atimi pie ko shete. Obi atimi. So where are we now at the end of the day?
The only thing I see, I think they be going to quite free her and
coffee. That one, it is not a big deal. What we are saying is, say, as we speak, Mr. Adoma, we do not know, say, the people, the number na gallop, adding by 2020, no, the quarantined people, and now say a community spreading. I made these comments the other time. If the quarantined people now, and you see 60% out of the 132, 136 number near Yana, flights are by Nipane decay room. So we are going to be bagged by or with your friend is saying community spreading at a very serious rate. So where and which are the spots of the community spreading? Kofi Yenim and your Ghana Medical Association waha and your heads who are now at the people that are the show menekena. Kofi, no doctor will shield Sardenia Tambaka say true. Doctor will say it as such because they understand the life and death in matters like this. Politician would understand of massaging the issue to look good. Now, Oma then the only the fair. And again, it is say, as a young 132, but as a 70 if leave. And I'm saying they're not attacking the ministry with all due respect. Mr. Oponkroma is a very fabulous guy. They should leave the communique in the hands of the medical men at the front of this war to speak to the subject. They will tell the country where we have the numbers. They will tell the country what the situation, the real time. Communication can deal with the government directives and the government information coming out, but not the medical reports. The Minister of Health, to some extent can, but if he's not the professional or medical professional, I don't know his background, but if he's not, still he needs the medical people to speak. Kofi Obakame say, we should rather panic and put fear in the people than to massage the issue. Kofi Asamine that way. Because Obi Anono say, Uko beach, I say fishermen, the fisher folk, Ometima Koyinam. Uko Yinama. Or the canunu ba nipa 8, 10, 20 nugu canunu so. A man a ton fish no. Me pa chomi Ghana for na. Omu ye nipa. Omi anti-corona. Confession harbor. Eme egu okobe 2,000. What's omu de omu nka ho? So what have you done? What have you done? Is there not the congregation we're talking about? And it's a nipa 2,000 a year. Nese enoni de omi official folk. Enu nti no omu nya quarantined. Omu nya lockdown. Nipa 2,000. Ohia ni funeral nipa 200 eneko nipa 10. Ebi 20. Akwete shi ni bia excuse me awawu a nipa waje bia nipa 50. And nipa 2,000 how many nipa ye no omu ye ho. So the congregation is big. So if you say nipa 25 na congregation, what about the people who are let loose?
May I try say okay. So one, the president has announced say effective Monday 30th March. Ebesha say 1 a.m. ahomache. Enti nye say Monday na de bekam wetumi apia ko bia wadwen ye say awia da bi. Ebo anadwo nti 12 midnight ni na wachina anadwo ni na ebo 12 are fine. Ebo 1 pe na che say directive ahye ase. Na directive no na o che say imposition restriction no Oyusu Act 1012 now or restricting movement of persons in Greater Accra metropolitan area, including Awutu Senior East, and then Greater Kumasi metropolitan area. And you know, Greater Kumasi no check here, it's there after rezoning and we say no, it's a correct English. And you know, bisa and then obreki down kakra eba form her. And in 14 days, subject to review. Greater Accra, following areas will be affected: Accra Metropolis, Tema Metropolis, Tema West, Ponkatamanso, Krowo, Lejokuku, Adenta, Ashaman, Lankwantanai, Madina Ho, La Dadekotopon, Okankwe North, Ablekuma South, Ablekuma Central, Ayawasu East, Ayawasu North, Ayawasu West, Ayawasu Central, Gan North, Gan West, Gan South, Gan Central, Gan East, Koleklote, Weja, Gbawe, Enafe, Eutu Senya. Enafe, Greater Kumasi, so de Etwaso, Ye Kumasi Metropolis, Asokwa, Swame, Oltafo, Ofori Krum, Asokore Mampon, Kwadaso, Chima, Mwabieja, Kwabre East, Egweso, Efija Kwabre South, Bosomtwe, Achima, Kwangoma, Achima, Mwabieja North. When you know, affected woman. Now, over down, Hannah, these are there. This means that everyone residing in these areas must stay at home for the next 2 weeks or 14 days. Until and not a dunai. However, emum. Se wo pese wo kwa abonten a se wo kọ abra eye ensuo nti aduane nti aduro nti ana se wo kọ bank yakoyi sika ana se wo kọ akọ se bi ni ma mo ne wa abonten no but wan fampo no nka ho mesrem ma mo kọ airport no
ayi ye friend
fampo no nka ho
glefe
omo ne
omo ma shiti o glefe no wait ma stop home I don't know
eno nya public toilet
oh
David ayi teshi ayi ho empona no ho no ukọ wo mo fro ekon omo se mfama no fo
buko banku area ho
ho nyina eno nka ho in fact enka ho asin se why wadwen se bia ye the public toilet intino public toilet but not public place of asemo
covid ma membra mo ho
we the bremansa we na akwete okay and you know these are the conditions so say bia akoto aduane okwa anasa okọ bank na okwa akogya online as much as possible say nye we mu bia bo modern anet na fie okay at the same time no during this period intercity movement kasa kese VIP ni we say momo Kumasi ne ada ye bus satententen ne wo aeroplane so ka ho say ye commercial say ye cargo say mo ya restrict mo motorbike so if it's a break moto bia ntimi mfa nipa ba ko pe NS otumi etna so or say riders of motorbikes are not allowed to carry any additional person and all intra-city passenger vehicles such as trotro and taxis will reduce the number of passengers in order to observe.
Bizanwa wani.
Imagine.
Yanko.
Trotro. I say, and I remember me who be 1 man 1 seat. Me say, yeah, trotro. Na mu
That tells you the difficulty. And not Mr. President to whom. When the president was mentioning all this, it was as if said, my president, your president was giving electoral results. The man didn't need that. Who is to know the constituency and the jurisdictions? If you are locking down Accra, lock down Accra. If you are locking down now, say, Krowo, Lojokuku, how many people knows the constitution name? It was also a grievous mistake to have mentioned baby to say Kumase, Oka Safo, Oka Kwada Suke, and to say Wanti Atonsu Oma, it's a Tonsu part.
Yeah.
What is the point? With all the advices, and I can understand, say, the president was hard pressed, but he has to say something. He doesn't need, say, no, back that detail.
Ayawa so one will be afraid. I could feel Mantimi area
because when him na Ayawa so west and the towns na constitute Ayawa so west. Onim dadlade kokotopon or whatever no. Onim baby and the jurisdiction you do. And onim the frontier and the barriers.
We frame also cantonment. Ombe Shelly Brute. And I say
onka hon. Laboni obeka so onka hon. Nye neba estate onka hon. Airport residential area yanti.
Yeah.
Okay? Airport Heights yanti.
This is
the traveling area. Obi ote a year friend book of nipa say na akwa broche na sabi o tu kwan. But the traveling societies in the East Legon and those places, the traveling folk or airport. So if you leave people in the airport walking around, that they are the carriers, not the people living in the poor neighborhood. And now all these names, all this list, our president with the energy, and then in the time, no, the whole thing is locked down Accra. Into any further details, Krana and they are silent. Police will use their professional ideas to coordinate. But one my emphasis say, call utimi ko dware, call utimi ko tonsuo, utimi ko bank, utimi ko to aduane, utimi ko market. Let me ask you, humanity, mankind, what are the movement of a person a day? A day na many pako. Kofi, before say you move out from your room, what is in your mind? Mekoto banchi. Before you move out from your house, mekoto nsuo. So each other way that you see it, there are reasons why somebody must go out. Is that what the Europeans did? Is that what the Americans are doing? Lockdown means lockdown. And this home for them, they have an ID card. Says also me a nurse will be show. Or say or quite year, they know. They can coordinate. Yeah, they need to say it is not like that. Truck driver on far less passengers. Mati, thank you. Or the car Africa swa ultimate driver truck ni mate can home you too. On far less passengers. What is the designated number? On far ni passe. Ofika swa ba no fa 2 there be on anase mamontremo 4. No asi wager. Na 3 afro na anase mo fan. All these people journey truck nyina no. Omo ya career wa home agum waja virus mu ko no ya be transfer. Into of any part 20 on the Syria road. Our names will drop passenger net 2-3. Kofi, or the day na koye ni sales. With the petrol now, all things being equal, the same fuel no consume. How do you tell a taxi driver, say on fair nipa 2? No, we are koye ni sales, all things being equal, better the fuel at the same cost. We didn't have a stimulus plan to reduce the fuel cost for taxi driver. Did we? No. Massa, bumper to bumper, still on far.
Yeah.
Because when you leave the city enclave, or free circle, no free neighborhood now, what they call new areas now, Kofi, team 4455, a horse swear. So the lockdown is too partial and it's too softened. It will still not have the impact. Mentioning the details of who can go out and who cannot go out.
Details may be individuals and institutions providing the following services shall be exempted from the restriction.
Yes.
Members of the executive, legislature, judiciary, production, distribution, marketing of food, beverages, pharmaceuticals, medicine, paper and plastic package
coffee,
environmental and sanitation.
It will be also. Everybody's allowed to go out indirectly.
Road railway
workers,
fisher folks.
construction workers.
Mining workers, construction workers.
It is a construction workers, only 50
members of the security agencies assigned.
Yeah, that one is understandable.
Staff of electricity and water, telecommunication, e-commerce and digital service providers, and fuel station staff.
Kofi, who is then not allowed to go? Who is then allowed to, who is to stay home? Yakika women and one at Tenefi.
Patron de Yaka media and Shekao.
Media Musum Timko out. It's one at Tenefi. Yes, Yawa.
Rebecca unemployed.
Unemployed. Obia were reason to go out. Trotronko, watch a sell anko, Missum Timko Todiane, Obin Koto bread, Obin Koye we say, electricity Utimiko, Obio medical Utimiko, Obio nurse Utimiko, Obio this. Kofi, we share the system now. Nana making mention of the list of those who are allowed to. Everybody, all of them are allowed to go out indirectly. Intimika, as a mere introduction, the submission may say, Nana spoke, say, with apply your common sense wisdom. Say, we kwa bontina ko infect on one issue. That is the summary of the whole thing. Yeah. But then to have said, say, when you no. Pump attendants. Or son fuel, and they see a local down, make to fuel. And you don't also beton fuel, also ma. How do you take, say, some medical vans, police vans, those who need the fuel in these critical conditions? Understandably, we can open about 3 or 4 filling stations. Fuel. Now we just obia blanket, fuel attendants, uko filling stations via. Ebi 15. Airport Shell, how many of them? Obia ko. Now oti chrome, oti fifie no okwa. We adwuma we am adwuma filling station. Who justify and who proves? Ni ID card way, ni job card way. This is the thinking that should go into the next thinking of our body governance, our body administration, and then our body politics. These are the things I expose here big time exposed, because worker be who cry ID card. And so it was an enforcement say workers our ID card designated places near there. Kofi, it is easier to prove. Eso obi apie na busa me ye adwuma filling station total me time me kwa awia me ko we di na beka senye no kra we ni me beba it's IGP and the security agency.
I think ebema omwadwuma ayeden
omwadwuma be den be the hoso so na unlawful laughing indecent exposure aban ena me IGP oni aban for nkasa because police for pa say the omo nya besi agisika no I've arrested you. Workers may call toilet was in Kahun. And the people will be made to pay. No, so they are stop trotron. It's something that the security agencies and the government must have an oversight. Send your basic control so that the people, the military, the agencies, security agencies, the BNI national security will not take advantage of the people also. Intimidation and fear. How do we coordinate that? Obi obe pie bia won reason or they call out. Govina me pie na me kokwa ma me koto da me koto bread obetimi. We just say me a chocolate I am crazy. Say me pie say me o mama chocolate asamen dia me yeah. Obetimi aka say ma me koto mama chocolate. Can you tell me not to go? Baby. Oso obetimi koto nsuo. Hwan dodo say na fridge. O ko hina me ma me say me pure water asan. Me koto pure water. Coffee, is not the whole Ghana public that is out. Enti winning BB and your president in the fault. Legislator, let's ask, is the court opened or is the parliament, judiciary and legislature? Is the court open or not? Is the parliament open or not? And the executive, we can understand the government machinery in the SAE Juma. The presidency cannot sleep, it must work. I hold there to some extent no more ID card. Courts, you try cases and ask you day. It's a court to try cases there. The judge cannot go and sit there without lawyer. So lawyers are also allowed. Was it mentioned in there? Silent on lawyers. Silent on secretaries to the lawyers. So if the judge
probably maybe under
the context of judiciary, who proves? Which I am a white shirt, nam the black coat Guswa, may a court secretary. How do I prove? About what you say? It comes back to tell you, say, Nana said, use your common sense. Until the end of the day, no. Obi abe pie. Obi abe pie Kofi. Yeah, the end obi abe pie. So local judiciary. Now say court to Nyejuma, court to Nyejuma. Look at the huge numbers. court no control. Look at the lawyers. Lawyer Ben Oko, lawyer be Oko the books na nipa 3. Ghanaian lawyers. Anameboa. The secretary is here 3. And the book no dey court o mie ba kokura mu. I'm sorry, but that's the fact. What they say? What the books ni na be court no akodi adjournment no okofie. Adjournment.
Hey, but myself, untimi police shani bisa so ko hia so ko mpana ho. That one was not mentioned.
Na kofi obi so so opie say adani a me ko me re ho.
The enim
na ne de no so enye social impediment.
The enon ka ho. From now no you say social distance.
Okay, na for sexual pleasure and count.
For sexual pleasure
Okay.
And you know, who are why adwen say the ba ne say ya side chicks no ho be.
Number cho onye side chicks. Obi a said the Ghana contest who call especially I'm sorry Greater Accra area. Oko bukum ni ade on say dodo na no ni re nete. And you share na du anu kra na mi kunu akofia no so kan wana.
Food.
There be oko ni kunu ho. What James ni kunu tie yi kole woko. Wa nu anadu anu de koma ni kunu oko akoda. E kan ho ana. Ehonu mam definition kakra. Obeti my friend Mr. Kojo Oponkroma ni.
Common sense na bia police for ni be use. So say definitely no. Adi we no tina make say I think it was more of an advice. Generally no they all can say.
And I'm just say it is too partial. But nana luku the demographics. Any the city, the planning, the mentality, the orientation, anyhow our system no SCI build up no. So what did that strong measures no so bad. Nipa bewu.
They say you have only 3 reasons.
3 reasons. And you will justify and it is proven.
And also the end there you have to prove.
Obetima prove.
Yeah.
Share India videos be about the biggest populated nation next to China, India. Share proper obu omom ko maseleti omko fra ekoye. Say one videos. Yeah, they obetima say there ba. There be. Untimi fama. Me pa cho parliament omu ye adwuma na parliament share omu job 600 parliamentarians no omu secretaries. The officialdom, the workers, the staffs of the parliament, nipa bebrebe no omu nyina asimi ko out there. What is there a difference between that congregation and that of the one in the church? Difference room. There's no difference. Until we are being hardened by limitations due to the structure your work. The AMA now must think. Local government must think. The Ministry of Environment must think. The governance, the government, the planning, the administration must now look at a new thing because this outbreak acquire another outbreak, ebesaba. It will not stop because outbreaks of diseases and viruses, it has never, it's part of us. And therefore, what are we doing? Kofi, the most critical and important thing is the suggestion say, we need the post, health reporting post, immediately. Young converted lotto kiosks, containers in the neighborhood, 5 or 6 neighborhood. The PAC, public announcer, Kofi Yehu neighborhood, say enti, say Dansuman, ana Mateko no be announcer, Mateko pharmacy, anymore, so be yare and bibi year. Me pacho mutimi tumika ekoho yebeko nurse yeso we mame de ba asem wakata ne ho waklodo ne ho kama obetima rezu wafa ne mobile phone ana wafa ne radio wa radio to the center nurse ye emergency and ye wo se quarantine zone so ya be fa nipa na ko treating either than that Kofikas na de ma constituencies in a way ambulances in a way it should be running in the neighborhood by now with nurses on board to give early warning signs. Fuel those trucks. Fuel sa constituency 230 constituencies. Obianyabi. Where are the cars? Where are the cars? They should be in the neighborhood moving now. Looking for possible cases and traces. For early warning signs. Niamfanya Juma. Yang creating neighborhood watchdog. Yang creating neighborhood reporting post. Nasi yasi yoko fumigate market. Near sa the money in our market. Even rats, I omkumumgu hono. obi ankopra rats na mana sa akɔhyehyɛ banchi or rats nso no moton cockroaches omwu ho no fumigation kumom no o mi nyina ato ho obi oton nam okoya no ayi ntoma na hata so no cockroaches ni nyina gum yes adwene mra Baba what I say yasem ye mobo
yeah that is I'm just seeing how the president will be feeling like
onya ono a
udi agra
the system breaks down before his face and then I'm just say in moving ye nyina ye hu the thinking and what we inject. And then there's one more recommendation I would make, and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody. I'm sorry if I hurt the government. I'm sorry if anybody would take it in a different context. Utie is Excellency the President, and you can look at the seriousness and the frustration, depression on his face to face the public. Somewhere in the contest at the tail end, Nana making remarks, and the remarks was that we succeeded a crippling economy. And we've done it. So if even the economy goes down, we know how to revive it. I'm sorry, Mr. President. It was very needed, but it wasn't needed. Political language of the highest magnitude at that point, it is not called for. The orientation, it gives different signals. Because me, I preempt and I do advanced thinking and I think aloud. Because, say, we know under the circumstances, you're a certain political season. Yeah. So, what administration that we succeeded, whatever economy that we succeeded, it doesn't come into this contest at this point. So, in moving forward, advices to the president, some of these speeches will not be too much of a necessity. It's a serious case scenario. Yeah. Economy has succeeded and is not what gave birth to corona. So to be able to do it again, we must do today before we can think of tomorrow. What is my health vis-a-vis your health? And then when they go into the next thinking of different economy, we are going to look at it. This is not. I'm very sorry. But that is the reality.
Yeah, there was also this issue, Ghana. National issue, I know I didn't say, I didn't use your local languages in the back. Until Nipan send the by me Google and I take his screenshot, send in and say, Ghana, our official language is English.
Kofi is wrong.
And that is the official language. But haven't we in rules our level and say, at least you better me choose back home? Or what is our problem?
But you may address this issue.
Aye.
Republic of Ghana, with 13 head of states and presidents up to Nanado. Parliament of Ghana, First Republic, Second Republic, Third Republic, Fourth Republic. In their standing orders, call it whatever, their green book or blue book or black book that they have out there. Official language, spoken language on the floor of Parliament, 9, without translations. You should be able, and you can.
Oh, Ghana Parliament.
Yes! Go and ask the parliamentarians. Go and ask His Excellency, the Speaker of Parliament, say, what language is the Nipa Bitmakan Parliament? And no Kofi Yebre. That is the difficulty of Ghana. We are talking about health issues, but we'll introduce our subject. Parliamentarian can speak Dagmani. Now, also, the Vialepam, Obetmakan Parliament without translating. Gan, Ofa Newae, it told me, Obetmakan Parliament without translation. I can come deme otimi speaking on the subject. Enzema ekahun. Other languages wala ekahun. 9 languages that take the topography, geographical settings of the whole country on the land Ghana. Sorry. It takes care. 9 languages. Enti shadiyehu 270 parliamentarians. Obia bejina ho Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker. Or starting so cabro for yeah, sit down. Because one copy sec in English in yet. into okota parliament 8 years yante ne voice da obeka brofo achi adu ni neighborhood ko tie brofo wasun me ba chawati ase whereas said the person had been voted to power to represent the constituency, the understanding of the people, and he said what in the parliamentarian language. Obi to me complain because you be say I'm a parliamentarian call floor of the parliament kasada because one call school of the 6 or the 8 or the 9 schools one call Pesek, one call Achimota, Greater Accra. But what I say, one call Laboni, one call Kuma Akraka, one call Pempe, one call Pukuwari, the 2 royal schools. But what I say, no about Cape Coast. At this other, at this school boys were yenye. But what I say, other schools fancy man yenye, fancy pim yenye. Near call Wesley, near call Bishop, their friends say Herman. When these schools meet, they are the people who speaks for the rest. Enti se uko asimfosu honorable say nikrom na dompem secondary school udu floor parliamentar you can't speak because they mark your grammar and to let the people these things we are saying this coffee we are not doing politics but we are saying say we should change the dynamics and go back to what gave birth to the country Ghana and what we put forward.
But I think your indigenous languages near what official language. But in our books, the official language for Ghana is English.
Official, it's English. Official for Kenya, hold on, is English. Okay. Official for Tanzania is English. English colony country, your official language is English. Yes, we have understood it. It has never been a subject. We treated it as a language. We've understood it. But it does not restrict, say, as a country, qui pair 4 denominator. Kenya, obiti parliament, onka brofo da Swahili. Tanzania, or your PhD holder, onka brofo, onka Swahili. Are you getting me? Yeah. Congo parliament, Lingala, omoka Free Willy. Angola, oka Free Willy. But what I say, the languages we are not restricted to speak official language. Please, you don't even know. People don't know. Ghana Parliament, you are allowed to speak 9 languages without being translated. And kabati wisdom. Kabati parliamentarians need be wisdom. But because say, Nebro Funye, I'm sorry to make an example. What can I say? Honorable your friend Doko Bodieno, no deputy minister. Samsahi. Under His Excellency, the late Professor Mills. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, due to good governance of His Excellency President Mills, the CD is gaining weight. And then the Opoku Arifo says, sit down, CD is not a human being. If you are Honorable Sansahi, also on Cabro for Parliament TBU. Because they themselves, they intimidate and they are marking English. What are we talking about? Somebody has sense and brain, gun, and obitima communicate freely to contribute on the national agenda and the work of the parliament. They cannot speak because onim se esa gankra otimika no bia na so oka ganso so a o ma besa asre no parliament because on Tibrofo. Where are we taking the country to then? Who speaks China or can Chinese, India or can Indian, German or can German, Portuguese or can Portuguese, Italian or can Italian? Because for them in their case, they colonized themselves. India English colonized them, but they speak the Hindu, they speak the other language of the jurisdiction where they belong to in their floor of parliament without consulting the English language or using the English language. Other than you brought for Nusu Kofi and yet the grammatical gaps. What you say? Near Chichim, near Numusio. Ghana politician, the brofuni chokun kakra no offense you no anom or refreshing in brain. Wo ha ho kachi na ukrom nya otie radio wate ase. Mobile media houses Kofi Adoma mo de mo tenase dia ene atwi wo mo ka proverb. Holistically the whole country. Nipa ebi a only a marginal or limit small understanding of maybe the Akan language no. Only need 20%. virtual obiati. Per other languages in the north, per other languages in the southern belt. Fanti Kova could do west babia and Zimbabwe Fawasa area. Bro I have origin, bro Kova from Sunyane babia. What you say? Wama ukroma efro saying?
Wa ko brown afo.
Brown afro. If you krobe mu na free.
Brekum.
Brekum. Unim continental hotel.
Oh, any what now over watch it.
We have papa hotel.
Continental. Asoro ho. Oko direction.
Odro a. Abro na omo kan ho no. Anya abro kitwa o. The man in Omo kan. Let it be an official language and let the children learn. Abrofon kra ni nim ade chen yes o mu nim ade bibia because kan mother tongue. Fa ebono che akra 1+1 e wo bunu mu. Ofi weti makan 1+1 be fa ba ko be be mienu. Neti enyansa be da hu se da enkra ni trim. But because say yes one can English by force intend you one can English in there obekwa akotena fuom. Ene mo na madam fu bia sending message say adam da bia na madam fu ko yampo ma me didi na tem ko yo me sorry. He said, Madam for free brown half original, I mean, you're close, I mean, no. Because your broth for your full, the broth, they are very, very nasty. But then you know, I know a bad one to know in school. In English, yet, doesn't mean, sir, but only share one or one. The mind, and then it's both positive and negative, or chair Metusala. Do you understand me? Yeah. So, these are things that we do. Kocho, Kofi, Shamami can send back home. This thing will bring even our education. The lapses and the gaps in the education sector. Say, she nipa me breba ye ka omo nyina gu o se one pass mathematics and English and into 20-man proceeding or ko America. Abra want to mean brofo. America modify no I nurse. Surgical nurse Ghana. Canadian nurses. Guess no omo difufuo pa no makọ beto omo ye adwuma. Guess ni am kwan serious. New York any America. In Maryland for nurses. Say I guess in the young quino. Connecticut for woman do not fail mathematics. Ya many school be a man uncle. And it's a way nya school be uncle dear as or pebboga warren no call or trying a life or so. But certain countries have made use of these girls, have made use of these people and turned them into professionals. Yet ha and a seller no ye dear one passing master, me man nursing college. One passing English unko nursing college. But fundamentally light job in the medical industry. We will have enough of professionals rather than having more, hairdressers, rather than having more of your friends say seamstress and they say fashion designers. Rather than having more trotro drivers. Ubusa trotro drivers 20 when man go school because ofeli mass. Now your system is promote the segregation, apartheid system of education. We inquire mathematics, we inquire science, we inquire we segregation. And you reserve certain courses maybe, and you reserve certain courses maybe. It be an any field. We didn't do all these things. And the coronavirus had come to put us together and let us sit. The Pamocho, NDC, MPP, Professor Ndumko in a friend, Dr. PPP, PNC. A serious nation plans together, they sit down in terms of need, not politics. All of them must congregate. The same way said your group churches, your group pastors, imams, so the politicians in this country with free will, let you all coordinate. Let's come back to philanthropics. Ghana philanthropics. Government, me say me can't be a President Kaye. Or say, individuals have come to help. Some are still helping, banks, etc. Yeah, that's it. Coordination, giving the money is not the issue. But baby, as Kanye corner is what we are thinking about. Me Kaye, me now, for Mr. Foreign, a friend is saying.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
Kudos. Yeah. But for me, my strongest advice to your brothers, because they are big-time philanthropists, Honorable Canada, Japan, woman. This money 100,000, I can tell you, say, Obibe dim kwainra. Neidebako market. With all respect, due respect to Kumasi management of Komfanochi, yes, They will tell you something, but that is not the case. In the future, say sanitize one first Ghana top because that amount of $100,000 Ghana dollars would have been 580,000, 5.8 billion Ghana cedis. Papa, what this was sanitize and was saying in Palaya, go bit my sanitize and almost half of Greater Accra. That one you are preventing. Now, see a pages can walk near the Kokoma, a certain institution. Disbursement problem, Baba. Sikanibi will find its way into the consolidated account of the country. The budget, the money will not be removed. Banco, whoever is giving donations, say if it is proper to sit down, coordinate with the government, not the manner. At the Kurdiana government is in here, with me order famano. Yencha materials instead of giving them cash. And your blaster match. And I'm the Milo Akomom say you work up into Muniska. No, it is a serious case, serious business. Kofi, Nyamia's paying. God has been good and kind to Ghana. Say up to now, crying, your figures in your more. But the enemy say, better rise it. Nyamin Juano. But we have the chance to stop it. Politicians have the chance to contribute, help. And this is the time, when you medics, when you won't soften up, break down the frontiers of arrogance, Ghana government. Now I'm referring to Ananado government. All of them. Now with the health of human being. One with the health. One with professionals in times of need.
Unemployed nurses.
One with unemployed nurses. Are they out there with this country in times of need? Go back to them and plead. Go back to them and plead.
Nurses now.
Whatever differences government has with doctors, they should go and plead. Soften up. Without them, we all die. Kofi, may say information ministry, cool it down. Now doctors na me come asem. About the critical case, nyina be call back. Doctors na ne besa ba bekasa. I will see a doctor of hope. I will post hope and trust. Say me who got doctor. Say me down. Say nyame mfa sa ma say ya no kwa me ntimi survive. I will be hopeful. Dan say a politician ba be gina me nchen. Excuse me to say. Abeka chem say it shall be well. I don't need that prayers. And as a country, no, you see a medical system near down. Now we should listen to the professional advice from our doctors. Build more testing points. Build more medical institutions. Build more. Rejuvenate. Activate. I get me. Enhance. And what did that? Improve. Now come together. Bring all your nurses. So when you're Juma Mama, coordinate them and sell them. Say the Philippines, Thailand, the no. Onye Juma Maomo, but more he Canada here nurses. Go Australia. Go Canada. Go United States. Go United Kingdom. They need as we speak. Nurses all the time. Train them. And kakesi ba no, kwa from Ghanaian nurses somewhere abroad will be amra. The person will feel comfortable to come because government in the help on with the nurses to fear. And I don't mean another. It's the making of all the government. All the government Kofi Adumangwangwani in the past. Now, abrofo, Americans or some medical professionals almost 80 years. They are going voluntarily because in their country na yamano. They didn't fight with them. Yeah, they are no in court. Sikanu Nibikrana, Kofi, you have a way to talk to them to understand. What government, Dr. Baku, 500 medical, 500 malaria cases a day. Now this one don't go run in a private hospital. No about 5,000, 6,000 salary. Nurse, you might be 1,002, 1,004. A BG 800. A lower grounder. A BG 600. You are nurses, medical assistants, nurses and nursing assistants. Or 400 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, or te kaswa and Juma or rich hospital. You better na own card MFNC. No be better card our check card na man in term na one. So Kofi, this is a huge problem that faces us. This is a huge problem. So we need a political decision.
Asemo. Also Kofi, your friend me JK na true. They say unemployed nurses ni na omo na muhu omo no. Omo nyina ai pa adwuma ye. Omo adwuma no say omo slay queens. Na why can't you say slay queen? Adwuma.
Kofi do na a profession.
Slay queen adwuma.
Anya adwuma. Ko Ethiopia Airlines. They have national airlines. Ethiopia beautiful girls in Yansugu airlines. So, ko Kenya Airways. So our neighbor Ethiopia secretaries OAU village secretaries. Omu nyina wa adwumaye. Na agidi se kro we se mu. Ye girls nice girls ne bro funye kra na ogi no hudi o won body a ne oniska kra na eso koye ne hips ne legs. What do you say? Na ne mama da contain them. Because oni adwuma ebi also abusan background or nurse it is true.
Yeah.
But when you adwuma entiazo liku good. Na Oba you can choose a person who have no akucheze married man. Where as in papa?
Hey,
na
Mr. Ose wo Dubai a sabre quarantine ya bai no. Unya kwan na opia obetumi akwasan kofa restaurant makope eduane edi.
Gas ni oye nkwan wo.
Na so de ohun si edi omama royal chocolate no. Ya gugu cocoa ne na we so no Ghana ye cocoa papa na de aye omama chocolate no. And inti very good for your immune system. This is the time ye kwahye fie no atobi na de akọ. Enketwa no akese no ebia na chese wetumi akwakodi wo ho. Sanso na mon send this camera mrewa ne nkokora no ofie no mo ntimi hye fie. Mo am wabreche no ma me ne mo papa no mo anyi no mo send this camera nyesa mo be pia akopeska no mo akofa ya de ni bi na akoya asem. Enti no send this camera wo Europe tap send. We use tap na o de send this camera na o de abre wo mo na o makwakoyi gentry. Banks be ya adwuma enti no obetumi akwakoyi na de ese o de ye no. Wetumi ede ayenya omukwa kopeska na enu akiri we hu akwakonya ya de KTA mobile phones eguso ton wa Amazon okokwa wetumi order bi eho physical contact na say swat bibia ya online ko Amazon na search KTA phones obenya bi eho na wetumi order na wetumi ayusu sanso na enuanum amowo America mo tax system no wenim say do system na hard no uhia advice kakra enti no say opese o check o tax returns no ene ho ne ma nyina etumi Ghana ni bi wa hyeda ye adwuma na chepa o expert obetumi afre na waboa wo the number no +1 no de bedi kan na the 609 okay 609 216 0160 609 216 0160 na wafre na wetumi aboa wo ewo kwan ya taxes no betumi aye na quick na how be I will be no etumi every ho sanso na UT properties e wo pedan e wo Ghana ha UT properties ene betumi aboa ama wetumi enye baby padi uti ato sabria ye social distancing you be na betumi aye wo baby party the social distancing cry privilege because baby obi share ye ka je so onye social distancing no enye easy enti no baby part na fashe na entimi mo slam technologies so sua technology say ewi ase ne baby e no IT na ope baby asika wo pa IT na ntina Ghana ye bre ya ire ho do kokoo side so kokoo bag be de oho ne da kwato phone ba ko iPhone ti technology now no mo de technology na baji e bre ni nyina ba ko no de ko ti ye nwura technology dum na ye ntimi nyi o musika ni bi o mo de smart way ni ye bre sa. They say baby it's not how hard you work, it's how smart you work. And the you see IT ne betumi awoa kosua de was Slam Technologies. Wo mo America Manassas Virginia, wo mo obi Worcester and wo bi nso e Ghana ha for example Accra Digital Center obetumi akọ na wetumi akọ akosua ade e wo na etumi awoa. Ye beda wo mo ase ye sponsors ni nyina yeda obibia ase say omokoswa na omotayechi this trying time seeing na what's Kofi the man have wisdom. I am doing the listening pa Kofi wisdom ne de bebre pa yeah ANS say omonya challenge kakra na say enam corona ninti na ama bebre no door to door no kra na say mwate ada obi asuro but o dey for ANS for ombeba be fa niam na omo de abagana Oba be door to door no e de ama ANS trading agency omugusua wa London omo se car kra na opese otwa ombetumi ato right hand drive cars nyina bi ombetumi ato bi no omo de abafie e de ama se ya se currency no nhwe dan nyane na so papa no wo ne ma wi a sika ho na wa ye fast no wa toto bi na ye de aba e de ama yesa be sen asore agina e na rice pudding sabe ya kwa akɔhye fie no breakfast onya afi na akɔ we yɛ rice water yɛ agu konkom yɛ frɛ no afi rice pudding rice bibia wom ingredients na wom no kra no build the muscles sabe ya ohia immune we say ne nutrients ne den wonya afi rice pudding ne bi na dia we hunu sampa we didi eye pa sanso na wo America na opese usua IT me say nursing ya bi asabre a ho ayedin fasa number na frɛ wo mo ombe kyerɛw all most of the courses no ye no online just percentage kakra bi na mo be na e classroom na mo atoa so e ho eni nti no wo moden na sua na ben ho na udu America na woni adwuma ya me kyerɛw frɛ wo mo ombe boa tete wo health assistant nurses ni we say am wetumi assist etumi aboa enti no mama health education wo mo America bo mo den ana fa wo number na frɛ wo mo ombeboa wo ama wetumi asua ade quick na wetumi ede ahwɛ ho kakra na de my sponsors no ma de hempo na aka no
Wiem ko so wi anu atos
ye wiano no say ebra ko finti amagana pa nie nyame be ye amagana kwan bia so say exporting nurses and other health professionals can bring the country a lot of, but unfortunately Ghana for monko obi wo ho a ohwese obrotine no kura wo kono kura ne ya say but coronavirus actually say it's not about me but it's about us because you see I metumi abom ho ban say corona me nya bi na me sanitize hand sanitizer bi amato na ehye me kona ba bi me nkwa na me papa me nsa ho na me de ye na boy see am no na me o op hand sanitizer koto de me sanitize you obehu ana ekwenye bi wensi na de gu so na manya bi so now we are thinking collective you say obi ehwe a say we ho to na we so ho ato no that is how we should think as a nation so nurses see ni we say ya pump your money omokwa now we are thinking holistic unfortunately no nyam ba no me na me fa no kwa burichire ono ho ama no de omokwa burichire
yes sir but mami sam say na o kai sankofa for omuka sponsors
sankofa restaurant what did you order down
Zagidion ne manager cruise ni yankwan o
hey sankofa me see ye call me ni sefa ko ho na eche papa me refi ghanamart.com ko ho na ko top provisions and they are fasten the ma me wo fie ghanamart.com just go there but me to provisions no they will deliver it to them ghanamart.com ko ho na ko to ne sisia ye ko Dubai mo duani ya ti one day na me say na ya sankofa restaurant for adisa ya ne ekofa ho ewura de
Mr. Gideon tokrom
ho no there are restaurant hotel nature
ewura de cruise ni si yam kwa
hey
ko me out de babu
afi de say afi na me didi I say to say utmu say afi de we feel say yeah where didi
o me sponsors minim do
ana
uko mom high o yam kwa
yeah o na wo hotel kwa utumi order o metumi serve wo ho
and the minimum but Mr. Gideon ne abrefio cruise ni yam kwa
oh yeah enti mun ko didi wa sankofa restaurant why so wo Dubai
Dubai research bi ama me it's very important
okay
about your East Legon me pass me kan ho ana
is when na lockdown I didn't know in case
I check man because me nu aketo agoso free there was getting it to the organ is pie no mo lock on down mama
obeka so kwa akoto pad
on so do obeka
medical like I fall within the
man lock again down be ha go via search man and come police
but I think say
police looking quite the area who pia no match yeah man ko fi yes am fa na mrem na me dwon se ma ko fa na betra me nche that's like yeah need to be serious
2 weeks but 2 weeks no one thing is say we follow no religiously after 2 weeks no obi a wanya bibia and the science ne be share show then we will be able to now remove the
anunti na ye here the neighborhood watchdog for first information and early warning signs see here no there could a pop up na no the person can go out nti me pacho enforcement in any strong we should understand the situation worst case scenario president finding him enra but it couldn't have been any other way because we are limited in terms of resources in terms of the planning, in terms of everything. And any fault. But it's the fault of all of us and all the governments. And to see a free way more. What is Nanado? Ono Susaka 1 year. And Asaka how many years? Whichever government that comes next. And then thinking, and we enter into another government. What thinking is the new president, the just current president? What thinking is he now going to go in with his medical professionals? Kofi, I'm mentioning it. Whatever that it is that we need to sit down with them, what is going on? Kofi Obianye, whoever goes, who rides a beautiful car, or the necessity. Necessity had always been the mother of invention for the white man. Is that the case of ours? So this corona, no, that kind of the knowledge, the thinking, the necessary thinking, not the politics, politicking and politicking. Say you be go near path, you created a new path of a nation, so that we'll be able to move. So that we'll be able to move and channel new life. If we don't channel new life, your politics, your politicking, you channel new life of administration. Say, it is not about giving a Land Cruiser to a CEO, MDAs. Now, Juma. Not when it comes to this situation. This is the time I want to see my parliamentarian. Say, or take so. This is the time I want to see my MP. We don't need. Send them back to their constituency. The people know them. Let them sit on the public announcement vehicle. No man now so be anti. People will understand them. They should not wear their coats. Politicians, don't wear your coats. Don't wear your tie. Don't wear your batakari or fugu. This is the time the government, the president should tell them, go back to your neighborhood. Namo kofa way. So we need go there and sit. Neko neighborhood. Said the Kofi, ye be election, this is the time you have to go when the people are sleeping. And apart for Kojana announce, now the president can reiterate. Show United States of America. Show interesting things. The president of the United States, His Excellency Donald Trump, now will issue instructions. Now governor say, I will not comply. What be that? New York governor, also to hell with your laws. I'm not opening up my state. California, also you can go to sleep. I said my people should sleep. State Bia, that is when a politician called the bluff of a government. Because government will interest. Or in interest. But if you are a constituency, and the MP for that constituency, this is the time we need to see you. Encourage me and let me encourage others. Come and talk to the people. We understand their language. Anything at 70, your chair constituencies, your dini pa bakusi your friends or your legislator. What the a parliament acquire then? Between today, tomorrow, that's also parliamentarians, legislators, let them go to their constituency and talk to the people. Let them move and mobilize the nurses on the ground, medical doctors, technicians, lab technicians on the ground. Now they should be on a car and talk to the people. They will listen. Many say woman news information wa kra akoba bia. There was 60% of Ghanaians who need radio. The population 38 million, no, there were only 40%. And at Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Takradi, Oma Kenya, Kofi, they are all living in the bush. I heard information in Ko, one of the if the politician goes there, they would listen to the person. It is Nanaya directives and why partial restrictions that a lockdown. Omanin called the neighborhood, especially Greater Accra constituencies, especially Greater Accra, Ashanti region. All these places are locking it down. Because Kofi meti dakuman. Minims me constituency say a can yawa so and I said the no answer election do amekosa la baby asan makosa. Nipa do say nenim. But when they see their constituency because ababwe or me area. San adwo asafo a Now onko the constituency
Dome
Kwabenya. Look at the catchment. Adwo anko tena car so no anya announcement. Say montina fie me ma me papa mo. Honorable candidate Japan bi na akompreko onko asen no onko retreat onko reinforce. Say no hoka ho a. Rob constituencies enka ho kran. They should go and warn the people. Because now you don't know Kofi Enim baby ayare na du. Wo lokwa kra ni Kumasi, it is nothing. Prevention is not cure. Intervention, it is not cure. But you haven't prevented the people from spreading. And I will strongly suggest it's time for the constituencies, the chairman, and then also the parliamentarians of these respective constituencies. This is the time that Kofi, they should go there and speak to the public and tell them the awareness.
We've more than 2 hours. But still, Manfo are still locked down. Yeah, that one say for being loyal, and it's because that is why you are enjoying it. You better must say more kind of Farouk Al-Wahab also. Yeah, that's a say.
But your mama take your opportunity na in that or mama.
Mama, oh okay.
Come in our fine.
Oh mama, I'm more trade fair. I'm a trade fair.
Yeah, mon product in here fine.
Oh, that me mama the correct brutal. Sabre ya mo call a lockdown. Chocolate ain't bad.
But if you can afford to do any chocolate down.
Yes,
huh?
It's good
we
for
are cocoa, but you need chocolate too.
No, but just Google cocoa near a year demo in your body. Very good. This time, yeah, kasa immune system. No, we hear anything cocoa in your system. And you know, bomodia nepebi. Yadubesia na yadawase. Thanks for watching. On behalf of the team, Yadubesia. Mede de Kofi Adoma onweni nana sefa hini bobo Mark Kumsin na fe Ernest. O say Mark Joseph Kumsin. No, other Kumsin nka ho. I won't be Kumsin no. Kumsin like Kumsin. Thompson yet Thompson. Enti Kumsin na Yadubesia.
When I was a child, my father always told me that the surroundings where I grow up would have an impact on the life I live and how I'm seen by others. He also said, what is even more important is the people I surround myself with, how they think, how they see life. My father's words have never departed from me. Therefore, in choosing a neighborhood for myself and family, I considered a place where living will bring the best out of my children. Careful who you surround yourself with and who surrounds you. If charity begins at home, so does life.
Locate Ubuntu Haven at Oyibi on the Adenta Dodowa Road. Ubuntu Haven, my home, my event.
ANS Trading Agency Limited. Yajma ya yapa door-to-door courier service. I different London or hima chrome and I say Europe babia or better shape on yama de bagana no. Yajma ya say bio. I saw better left-hand drive vehicles. A car to create a truck timber. I person different Europe e bagana. And I say opeso by 20-foot container and 40-foot container duty. You didn't want to temper. It doesn't matter. Babia we ship container and free. So the free China. And I say Europe for now America babia person best ship piano. You bet my amount. Duty there, we are one of the best ever the whole Ghana. So per se unyaya and our tea and cow be visit www.anstar24.com. We are the best.
Na a free Bomutune Constructions Limited designs. Ya wabayagu windows, pillars, walls, and akihun. Ebenum de diawadiya POP and aye na eno enche na wawa. Bomutune Constructions Limited idea with the concrete and the window design, pillar design, door design, wall design, and the arc design. A check of a ball. Bomutune Constructions Limited, it's with you na what they design for fair a goofy no more.
It's also your parapet. Yes, I POP ceiling, papa.
Ankran, Bomujuna Constructions Limited, Ewa Amasaman, Stadium Junction, Jarvis, Babia Wobia, Oframwa, Wabeba, Bomujuna Constructions Limited, Mayan Design Firma, na engine hopa. Say a fear by a fa.
Indeed, you did run your mamma, and Ghana mat away. So I'm returning no person man no have for provisions. Who person to credit man? Say we so person share DSTV bill. And man, be care person your man want for media. Call www.ghanamat.com. Me say sisu bi mu. www.ghanamat.com. No do dear. And you feel fine. Ghana mat your man official.
Essential parapet. Yes, I POP ceiling, papa.
Ankran, Bomujuna Constructions Limited, Ewa Amasaman, Stadium Junction, Jarvis, Babia Wobia.
Champagne Tires UK, you pay any company or 5 branches, UK. Your tires have been tested, examined. Your tires near quality, papa, your brand new, any home use. Your size 10 to 24 inch, open in bulk, and answer in container, and also be found information, more place order. No, you best ship in our bro. Any assistance be out here with them habons, no, you better wow. Champagne Tires, any brand be on Ibinyama. Champagne Tires, we are the best.
If we are see Ubedia dancy and now begia to mu say computer this year. And now technology and a trend is say. It is a winning one, I say 1 year Juma Wumwa. I am not here with Juma Shan, I think a crap. And he may come for technology school a bit wow. I'm waiting me a soon at yes, I said the year Juma. Technology school need the same, and one is Slam Technologies. Omo Manassas, Virginia, USA. But since almost our office were Accra, Ghana. So computer school wow teachers no wa botre no betimi a kirewa eno an Islam Technologies US ni abrochire de number betimi reach ni 571-379-8933 number ni 571-379-8933 Ghana so the number ni 054-687-5600 number ni 054-687-5600. So we fresh our number here. Now when you be on watch it, but so home website so www.slammllc.com. So just the best is some separate.
You grinding or climbing and the energy's low, rolling, moving and grooving and the things go slow. Whether chilling with your lover or on fire for dough, if you need a break, holla, bite, smile and flow. On Mama Royal chocolate is the way to go. From 100% premium Ghana cocoa. For work, friends, family, oh that's for sure. On Mama Royal chocolate, hey, give me some more.
Delicious.
Incredible edible happiness. Cocoa Ashenim. It's your Mama Royal chocolate, dear. It must be the world's richest real chocolate made from 100% premium Ghana cocoa. For bulk purchase, ring 0501-322-584. That's 0501-322-584. For the family and friends and workmates too, on Mama Royal, I won't cow mutsu.
Delicious.
No, don't me be.
Ever experienced flight delays of over 3 hours when you arrived at your destination, or a flight cancellation, missed a connecting flight, or you have been denied boarding due to overbooking in the past 6 years? Claim for compensation of up to £540 per person on your flight disruptions. No win, no fee. Your claim can be filed online in minutes at www.rightclaims.co.uk, or you can simply call us on +44 333 012 9981. WhatsApp call on +44 739 790 2778. Right Claims, as simple as that.